ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Fielded in the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25.
It's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete. An excellent play downfield. Should have been picked off, really. But second down instead.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Now Saquon Barkley, a man who played collegiately here in the Keystone State. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. Jackson from the shotgun. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Jackson on target to Brown for a Ravens first down.
Raven first down.
From the gun, Jackson steps away to his left. He'll run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Well, you know, paramount for this defense is trying to keep Lamar Jackson somewhat contained when he tries to run. They did a pretty good job of it there.
And you know it's so difficult for every defense that has to prepare for Lamar Jackson? You have to think and play at the same time. And I know that sounds like something you're supposed to do. But when you have to think about your assignments against him, it often slows down your feet. You don't move as fast. You've got to be prepared for this guy every step of the way and then try and match his athleticism.
Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Forced out to his left. Looking left side, he's got it. Complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Looking to throw again on second down. Jackson, they'll set up the screen to Barkley. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 11 yards there, first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Now they go screen, it's complete. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Baltimore.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Looks like they quit hitting the snooze button on their alarm there. Finally a sign of life from this defense. They've been fairly passive on this opening drive. Now able to stand up on 1st and goal. And they sent that play backwards.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And he will be brought down, but he's got the interception on the final play of this first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter with no score.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to lose yardage here, back to the 12-yard line. Just a loss of a yard there, but it's not going to help. Now they face a 3rd and 14.
Makes it 3rd and 14.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And that will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Chris Jones.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Well, they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
On 3rd down, Jackson dancing to his left. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
Room here to run. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 35.
They gash him in a big way on that last run, and defense fortunate to tackle him on the 2-yard line, but doesn't necessarily mean that there's something wrong with the defense's plan. And that's the one thing the coordinator has to do to make sure the confidence stays high. Okay, sometimes.
And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers.
Jonathan Taylor,
his 5th touchdown now on the year. As his guys are on the board first here tonight.
He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was, and when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to get him. It's a loss of 5.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson escaping the pressure right. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
On the keeper. A 5-yard pickup on the play. And it's 3rd down.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. On 3rd down, Jackson. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
It certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Now this time he'll look to throw. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And they'll get him down. He's inside the 40.
That's good for a Pittsburgh Steeler. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And this is caught. First catch for Keenan Allen. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Second and 6. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Allen, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. They give to Taylor out of the gun, and he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the 1st half of play. So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Jonathan Taylor in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Steelers, they broaden their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Kickoff for Baltimore.
So time for the second half as the Steelers have the lead, and they will also be receiving the football here to start the third quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
First and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally taken down at the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. So you got the lead here in the second half. Obviously, you love big runs like that at any time. Here you really like it.
And how about...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Quarterback sack.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Taylor. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. Third and long.
Brings up third down.
They'll look to throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a first and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson, flush to his right. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A good pickup there, a 22.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And a free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
Third quarter on a Monday night with a second and 10 coming up. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. That'll leave them with a third and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. the shotgun. They run with Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. And now Jackson will look to throw it. Oh, and for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
And the lead is now 24.
Makes the score Steelers 24, Ravens nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. And right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A very solid gain of 27. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Back now in Pittsburgh.
24.
A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Jackson on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Jackson.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And the Ravens are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets him down to about the 4-yard line.
1, 2, 3. First and
they'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Back at the 5-yard line now, second and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Third and goal, Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And it would appear that the open week a week ago came just at the right time as they have dominated the proceedings here into this 4th quarter. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down.
Gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
3rd and 2.
The Steelers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 11 yards there, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second and 11 now. Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a tough spot for a running back coming out of the backfield because you know he's got to look for the football, knowing full well he's got a man coming his way, full steam, and he broke that one up.
The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that unbeaten record very much in jeopardy. It's been a great first few months of the season so far, but they have run into a buzzsaw here, trailing big in the fourth quarter. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out.
There he goes left side. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Jonathan Taylor with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the interception by the Steeler D leads to a touchdown.
The kick is...
And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Steelers 31, Ravens 3.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Jackson now on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield and unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 29, and he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to loft it deep right side. That's caught inside the 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So another score there, and often you talk about the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
5-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Minka Fitzpatrick. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game.
46-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He's going to float this one. And this is caught. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ted McKinley able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
14. Incomplete. It's 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. One last shot for Jackson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Tonight's final big